Hey guys, welcome to the HD channel, and in this video I'll be checking out this smartwatch from JCDBT. So another generic smartwatch here, and this one was actually sold by Amazon, and they also sell it on eBay as well. So again, it's just another generic private label smartwatch. So this was selling for about £22. I have seen it on sale as well, an offer as well, for about £13 as well. So if you time it right, then this watch is probably one of the cheapest ones that's available. So let's so this is the box that it comes in. So again, just a generic label with no branding on it. Just a SmartWatch at the top there, you can see there. So it's even there, it's a misspelling there, SmartWatch. Then obviously inside there, they got the spelling correct there, SmartWatch. That's the app code there for the app, which uses GloryFit. So again, it's another generic app that a lot of these smartwatch uses. Then all the usuals that you have on these smartwatches there. So there's a pedometer, heart rate monitor, sleep tracking, and message alerts. And that's just some of the stuff that this watch can do. Pointing out it is iOS and Android compatible, and there's an IP68 waterproof rating as well. So all in all, basic watch. From the specification there, what you would expect from a smartwatch. So that's a slip case. Generic white box opens out, and so you've got your user manual here. So it's pretty self-explanatory, so don't really need to look at it. But if you want to look at it, there is some information in there in a few different languages. But yeah, very basic watch anyway, so you don't really need to use that. On this, you got like a charging cradle. So like the magnetic ones, this is a cradle USB-C. So again, no power brick is included, so you can use your power brick, or you can plug it into any USB source such as your laptop. And again, this cradle holds, there's like a plastic cradle that holds it into place. And this is the watch itself. Okay, so let's get this open. Okay, so that's the watch there. So first impressions, it's a really nice looking watch. Let me just turn this brightness down a bit so it looks, so you can pick it up a bit better on camera. Okay, so yeah, so I'll put it on the lowest setting here. It's just that it looks better on camera, because otherwise when I put on full brightness, it does get quite bright. It does look a bit overexposed. All right, okay, so the first impression, so the straps, a little bit rigid. To be honest, the strap does look and feel quite cheap. But it does have the quick release pins on there, so you can release and change the straps relatively easily. Basic 20mm strap, so they're readily available online and pretty cheap as well. So first impressions, the straps is not very. First impressions, the straps are pretty basic. And then on the back here, so it's a metal construction. It does feel really nice, gloss black as you can see there. And the back as well, a lot of these watches as well, some of them got plastic backs. This has a metal back as well. So you can see the metal back with the sensors there, and charging prongs there, charging points. You've got this crown style design, which is actually a button, so you can actually turn it. It's actually a button to return, so to press back. This watch is full touchscreen, so you can just swipe as so, and it works. So pretty good. Okay, so if we start from the center there, so this watch face is changeable, so you can change this through the options there. So let's just quickly go through this. So scroll up, it's your notifications. So notifications get pushed onto your watch through your, for example, your SMS, text messaging, WhatsApp, etc. is shown on there. You can't reply to your messages, but you can read them. So if you go left here, you've got your training there, your status, heart rate monitor, blood pressure, blood oxygen, sleep tracking. This is my second one. The first one I had, it wasn't tracking my sleeping when I was awake. It was saying that I was asleep, which was incorrect. So I did presume that it was faulty. This is my second one now as well. Same issues as well. So if you are trying to get this watch for sleep tracking, then I would say it's not accurate at all, because there have been occasions when I'm fully awake and it says that I'm asleep, so just bear that in mind. But overall, I mean, it is a really nice looking watch. The screen is nice and bright. So yeah, so to continue here, so you got your sleep tracking, weather, music controls, your messages. Click on more, and you got some more options there. So you got your stopwatch, timer, flashlight. Flashlight just basically just makes the screen white like that, so you can use that as a light. So this watch has a 1.69 inch screen, but you can see it's not. It doesn't fill the full face of the watch. So you can see there is a little bit of a forehead there, and consider a bigger chin there, as you can see, and there is noticeable bezels right around the watch screen. But when you do have a black screen on, it's not as noticeable. And overall, I think it is a nice LCD screen. It's not AMOLED, but overall, it's a nice looking screen. So yeah, so your flashlight there, because that is white, you can see the full size of the actual screen itself, and it doesn't fill the whole watch face, but not a big deal. And then find me, that's like so you can find your phone. If you lost your phone, it makes your phone vibrate. So we go back to the main screen, you go right there, then that's all your information all in one point. So for example, steps, how many miles you've done, calories burnt, so that information, all that information will be there if it's connected to your phone. If we scroll up, so you got the notifications there, find your phone, brightness. So like I said, this is on -25, that's the minimum you can do. That's just for the video purpose of this video, but I can turn it straight up to 100%. And it is really bright. It doesn't pick it up as well on the video because it's a bit overexposed there. But in real life, 100%, it does make the screen really bright. The colours are very vibrant. But usually, even on normal wear, usually I would have it on like 25% or 50% anyway. Otherwise, especially when you're out at night and driving, it's quite distracting when it's on 100% or 75%. So usually I would keep it at 50 or 25. The battery life on this is really good as well. If you're not using it, you just throw it to one side. It probably lasts for about a month. I've had it for over a month. I just throw it on the side, and the battery, when I went back to it, the battery's still there. If I'm using it continuously, the battery life does last for about 2 weeks easily. So the battery life is superb on this, so you don't need to charge it daily. So if I goes onto the options here, it shows your dial. So on board, it does let you have a few different dials there that you can change without using an app. So it's like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got 5 watch faces that's actually stored onto the watch itself, with the 5th one being able to change it. So it keep the 4 on board, and then the 5th one you can change it to different ones that you want. So you can change it on your app. So if I just go back onto here again, so you got your dial there, you got your brightness, you got info. So a bit of info about the smartwatch. So this is the L12. That's the model number. So you may come across this watch from another seller, another brand, or just advertised as L12. So that's a generic watch model L12. So that's this watch without the brand on it. So any smartwatch with the L12 model number is actually this watch. Then you can turn the watch off, factory reset it, and also the QR code as well. So that's the QR code for the app of Glory Fit. So the watch as well, I forgot to put on the cradle to show you how it goes on. So you got the 2 charging points there. I've got the 2 prongs on here, and it can only go one way because there is like that button here. So you can't put it the wrong way anyway because it won't fit because of the button. It just snaps in place. That's so. So it does keep it in place, but to be honest, personally, I do prefer the magnetic charging, because I'm just wondering, because there is a slight clip, you see there, it's a slight clip there that holds it into place, so it doesn't move around. So in a way, I think it is quite good that it doesn't move around. But personally, for myself, I do prefer the magnetic charging points instead, because it does clip in. So I'm just wondering, like, if you do this long term, if it would actually, like, scratch a bit of the watch, on the corners where it's holding the watch in place. But again, not a big deal, especially at this price as well. Okay, so this is what the watch looks I think it looks really good. As you can see, obviously it's a Apple type watch with a square design. Not a big fan of the strap it comes with, but that's not a big deal. I mean, for that price, you can easily, buy a new watch strap for relatively cheap as well. As you can see there, it's got the turn wrist to wake function on there as well, which is really handy as well. And it does, yeah, overall it's a nice size watch. My wrist size, not skinny wrist, but I won't say the biggest wrist either. I think I would say I got medium sized wrist there, and I think it does look nice on the wrist there. It does really look very sleek, and I think it actually does look more expensive than what the actual watch costs as well. So I'll just show you the app that the watch uses as well. So this is the app that the watch uses, Glory Fit. So quite a lot of these smartwatches do use this app. It's just a generic watch app, and it's pretty simple, but it does what it needs to do. So for example, in here, it's got the heart rate recording there, sleep tracking. Again, I've said not very accurate at all. So apparently it does measure your deep sleep, your light sleep, and your wake status for the week and month as well. And yeah, I've disconnected it just before filming this video, but I've been using this watch for about a month now, and I can tell you without a doubt that the sleep tracking is not accurate at all. This actually, like I said before already, it's actually the second one I've had, because I thought the first one was faulty, which I did change. And then after that, you've also got your blood pressure as well. You can also measure your blood pressure as well. So on the next tab here, sports there. So this measures like by GPS where you go. Again, this watch does not have GPS, but it does use your GPS on your phone in conjunction with the app as well. So if you want to see where you're going and how much you're traveling as well, then you do need to have your phone with you. Devices, so that just tells you what is connected to this app. So you can see at the top there, this is the L12 model. You got your watch faces here, so let's click on that. So you got your My Dial here. That's what you've actually uploaded as your custom dial. So you got this image here, and you can actually go select image. So you can go into your photo album and select your own image, and then you can even choose the color of the fonts as well, of the time and date. This one is quite limited actually. So even though you can select your own custom image, and you can choose the color of the font and text, you can't actually specify the location of the date and time as well. So depending on any image, so if your date and time is actually obstructing any part of the image, you can actually change the layout of the time and date. It's just fixed as well. So on this one it is quite limited. It does take about 2 minutes to upload the image, so it's not the quickest process. These are the watch faces that is available on this app here. So you can see, as usual with these apps, they are hit and miss. Some look okay, some are so cheesy, but I suppose you can upload your own image and make your own custom watch face. But yeah, there's a fair amount on there, but they're not always the best designs. But I'm just going to scroll through this so you can see other watch images that's available for this watch. Just bear in mind as well, these watch faces as well, they are fixed as well. So if you like the design on these watch faces, then you select it and upload it to your watch. That takes about 2 minutes to do. But these watch faces, you cannot be edited or customized. So for example, if you choose one, for example, if I chose this one, for example, if I like the design and color of this one, but then I want to change the location of any of the data, or if I want to change the color of the time, for example, I can't do that. It's just as is. So these watch faces just have to be loaded as how they're shown. Okay, so that's no more now. So that's all the watch faces on this app for this watch here. So I'll just quickly scroll back so you can see. So there's no more there. So if I scroll back, you can see there is a lot there. But it just depends if any takes your fancy, and also if you like any of them. But if you don't, it's not end of the world, because you can upload a custom image as well and make your own watch face as well. So that's it. So I'll just scroll through there. There is quite a lot there, but obviously you can't upload anymore, and you can't customize these ones, so just bear that in mind as well. Okay, so if I go back to the main menu again, so you got your heart rate monitor, call reminders, you can just turn on and off if you want these notifications onto your watch, SMS reminders, app reminders, supplementary reminders, so that's just to remind you to get up and do a bit of exercise. Alarm clock, raise hand to activate display. I have this turned on, but for example, if you want it turned off for whatever reason, you can turn that off. You can have a do not disturb, universal settings there. So for example, you can change the on-screen time, so when you lift your wrist up, how long the screen on your watch stays activated. So it's either 5 seconds, 10 seconds, or 15 seconds. Okay, so I got it in the middle of 10 seconds there. Then you can change, for example, the device language, time system. Yeah, so the universal settings there. Firmware upgrade, so if the app is upgradable, so mine is the latest firmware at the moment. Clear data if you want to clear what you selected. So me, there's actually, you've got any training plan, any target steps, third party access, so you can actually connect this watch to a Google Fit as well, Google Fit app, and also WeChat Sports as well. So you can access through third party apps as well, system settings as well. Yeah, so that's it. So basic app, but it does what you need. So my overall impressions, I think I'm happy with the watch. To be honest, I do really like especially this watch face as well. I like this watch face. I do like the overall quality of the watch as well. It's a nice gloss black finish. I do like it that even the back as well is metal as well. So I do like the build quality of it. I don't like the watch straps for me. The watch straps they do feel and look really cheap, but it's not a deal breaker for me. I think personally for myself, the deal breaker for me is the sleep tracking. Like I said, I think one of the main reasons that or one of the main functions I use on a smartwatch, obviously from besides telling the time and date, is the sleep tracking. And the first one I had, sleep tracking, was tracking that I was asleep when I was awake and when I was at work, and I thought it was faulty. So this is the actual second one I've received, and again I've used it again for a month, and it's the same issue as well. Sleep tracking is not accurate. It's telling me that I'm asleep when I'm awake. So that for me, that's the main reason why I do think that's a really bad con. So that's the main reason that I wouldn't recommend this. If you just want it for other reasons, for example, just like to keep track of your steps and calories and just basic timekeeping, then I think that's okay. But even the calories burnt and steps as well, I would question that as well, how accurate that is as well, considering that the sleep tracking doesn't work either. But other than that, it's date, time, then yeah, I think it's okay. And in regards to just the design and how it looks, I do think it's a great looking watch. I think it's a good price, but I have reviewed other smartwatches as well that's in this price range as well, that have been accurate and have been very precise as well. So just bear that in mind as well. So yeah, personally for myself, not recommended. But obviously it depends on what your needs and wants would be on a smartwatch as well. So hope this video is useful, guys. If this video is useful, click on the like button for me. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, click on the subscribe button for me. And as always, guys, hope to see you soon, and ciao for now.